Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children ages, welcome to what's once known as professional wrestling, and this is Talking Wrestling with the host with the most, the man of the hour, the tower of power, the one, the only, Rob Rossi, and this is Talking Wrestling. Hello, people, and welcome to another exciting episode of Talking Wrestling with Rob. And today's episode is WrestleMania III. Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan in Pontiac, Michigan at the Pontiac Silverdome with 93,173 fans in attendance, one of the largest groups to watch wrestling in America in a long time. And man, what a match did those two guys have. For two guys that couldn't wrestle a lick, and the kayfabe and the thing, but it was like the biggest match ever. That WrestleMania 3 pretty much was everywhere. I saw it myself at closed circuit at Madison Square Garden, and they sell out the felt form. But let's talk a little bit of the history of Andre and Hogan. So Andre the Giant just came back from a leave. He was away from the ring for a while. He got surgery, he got stuff, and came back, and there was a house show in Madison Square Garden. Went out of nowhere. Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan defended his title. He won. Andre the Giant shows up, picks up the title, hand it to Hogan, and Hogan's like, "Oh, hey, yeah, whatever." And Gorilla Monsoon and Mean Gene Okerlund were like, "Yeah, whatever. They're best friends, this and that." And a few days later, we see Jesse the Body say he got a big scoop, and they're going to talk about it in the Piper Pit. So Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, and Bobby the Brain Heenan all show up at the Piper's Pit. And Hogan is like, "What the hell are you doing with Bobby Heenan?" And Andre just say, "I've been in this business for many, many years. You never offered me a world title shot. You never even looked at me for a title." And Hogan's like, "Oh, I never knew I would offer a title if it changes everything, my brother, this and that." And Andre the Giant finally just put that big ham hock on Hulk Hogan's chest, ripped the shirt and ripped Hulk Hogan, crucifixed Hulk Hogan is bleeding out of his chest. Ooh, man, the drama. And things get up, go on. Andre the Giant show up in a few places, attacked Hogan, choked him, and the match was set for March 29. I think it was 1987, if I'm correct. March 29, 1987, and they shut down, sold out arena everywhere. This was the biggest match you ever see. It was Hulk Hogan, the champion, versus an undefeated Giant, to the point that tag teams were fighting over who they thought was going to win. So the day of the big match come is Andre Hogan. It's the main event, WrestleMania 3. The arena sold out. You could feel the fans, the electricity. These guys kayfabe like there was no bullshit. You really thought these two guys were gonna go in there and kill each other. And the match start. First, Andre is announced. So Bob Uecker was the special ring announcer for this. And Bob Uecker announced Andre the Giant with Bobby Heenan. All this, they come down to boos, people throwing stuff at people, losing their mind. And then Hulk Hogan walks down where I'm a real American, gets in the ring, and the match started. The referee was Joey Moretta. Joey Moretta is the son of Gorilla Monsoon that died tragic in a car accident. And yes, he was Gorilla Monsoon's son. He died, I think, at 43. He was pretty young when he died in a terrible traffic accident. But the match starts, and within the first 2 minutes, Hogan goes for a slam. Andre falls on top of Hogan. The referee almost count 3. Hogan barely even pushed out. He could have pushed out that big Giant. They get up, and Hogan's trying to figure out a way how to get the Giant. So Andre throws him in the corner. He just working Hogan in the corner for a while, like beating him, headbutting him, choking him, hitting him in the turnbuckle, chopping him, to the point that Hogan's like, "Damn, what am I going to do?" So he finally get out. He shows a little kick, and he start punching Andre in the head, kicking, punching, punching. and Andre is still up. Andre's still there. Nothing's happening. Finally, Andre throws Hogan outside the ring, and they go out. And Andre goes for a headbutt, and he misses Hogan, and he hit the freaking steel post, and he goes back in the ring. And before this, Andre had Hogan like in a bear hug for probably like 5 minutes. It was a bear hug, and Hogan looked like he was gonna pass out. And the referee's checking one, the arm, two, and like every good Hulk Hogan match, Hulk Hogan hooks up and get out of the bear hug. But when they went out the ring, it was hilarious to see Andre the Giant go for a headbutt. And he misses Hogan, hit the corner, the steel corner, and pretty much after that, Hogan went back in, Andre went back in the ring, and for the first time in the match, you see some hold. So Hogan clotheslines him. Finally, Andre is dropped. Andre falls down to the floor. It's like, oh my God, the champion has taken down Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant was a hell of a guy to get off his feet, but Hogan finally did it. And after that, Hogan hits him, and Andre gets up, and Hogan body slams. And once you body slam that giant, it was pretty much over. It was insane. That body slam was massive. Hogan picks him up, body slams him, hits the rope, and dropped a big giant leg drop for 1, 2, 3. And Hulk Hogan beats the undefeated giant. What a match. What a match. It was probably a 16-minute long match, but the freaking story those two men told was amazing. It was like David and Goliath. Nobody thought Hogan was going to win. They even made a special belt that could fit under the giant for that title match, which was an incredible, like incredible build up. And the match lived to what it was. You know what? A lot of people shit on it, but it was a good match for what it was. At the age I was watching that, I thought it was the most incredible thing I ever seen. And you know what? That was wrestling. Was wrestling. You had the kayfabe, you had the people that knew how to keep character, you knew how to tell a story, and everybody was into it. And it's like weird. We kind of lost that in wrestling today. That's what they losing viewers. They're not getting the same kind of attendance they used to. What the WrestleMania probably still going good because WrestleMania 37 is in Tampa. They sold tickets went on sale today, and they try to keep social distance. But it's amazing how different wrestling is today. Now you see these people on Twitter, you see these people on Instagram. They're all friends, or you see them on a reality show. It's like, oh man, what happened to the good guys and the bad guys, the face and the heel? We kind of lost that a little bit. Kind of disappointed because I do love wrestling, but that is the end of another great episode of Talking Wrestling with Rob, and that was Andre Hogan. And we'll see you next week.